So we quickly saw over 19. This is the main, this is the whole point of everything. What does this mean? عليها تسعة عشر. What does that mean? The explanation of the next verse. All the points we saw thoroughly. And one key important thing, it has to do with guidance, with Allah, with Huda. This famous sentence at the end is very important, but we didn't go into it. But just keep that, we saw that. This is part of the deciphering key, so it's actually level 4. We saw the two types of verses in the Quran, muhkama and mutashabiha verse. Very important. The covenant of those who were given the book, alladina utul kitab. So they were those who were given the book. So what was the contract Allah got with them / us? We have to clarify it and not conceal it or hide it. That's it. Then we went to level 2. Well, level 1 was mostly coming to, okay, how does number 19, the book, angels connect together? All that, basically this big verse here. How does all this connect? Okay, then we got to the covenant of the prophets and the messenger of the covenant. So first we saw those who were given the book. Allah has a mithaq with them, a covenant, an agreement / us. And now Allah before them, so that could be me, you, regular humans. It could be prophets as well, messengers, mourners, so on. Anyone who receives the kitab of Allah is part of this agreement. You got it, you read it, and if you had agreed, you say, I hear and I obey, then you're part of the utul kitab. But before the utul kitab, we have the mithaq nabiyyin. Okay, so the agreement or covenant, the pact of the prophets itself. So they're even, this is more sensitive and more older, meaning only now it's very specific who has this agreement, and we saw this in detail. But one of the key points was the 1, 2, 3. These 3 here. So these prophets get books, wisdom, and a messenger comes. We saw all that. We saw some of the prophets, who they were, and that this major verse, the angels bear witness with Allah, what Allah has sent down. But we have these groups of names of prophets. So we're like, okay, we know who they are. Are these all the prophets? We don't know yet. We didn't answer the question, but obviously we know that's not it. But we didn't see that answer here. We saw the difference between angel messengers and human messengers. And then eventually it narrowed down to the messenger of the covenant being Gabriel, in his famous verse that he is the one who brought it down to Muhammad's heart by Allah's permission. Musaddiqan lima bayna yaday. Okay, and we saw all that. We saw 1919, the messenger being Jibril again, giving the news of Jesus to his mother. So Jibril came to Jesus and Muhammad, 2 different time frames. Thus, this is confirming that he has to be the messenger now of the covenant, because he saw them in different times. And that therefore applies to all of them, which we'll see that later on. And so we clarified, okay, there's those who were given the book. Before them were the prophets who initially received the book, the contract with Allah. But inside this special contract, there's a special messenger being Jibril, and not Rashad Khalifa or Muhammad, because Muhammad is obviously one of the prophets. And so we saw that, and that's where we left off. So this was the quick summary. So this is basically, you guys need to just know this. All this translated into this 381. So right away should be like 381 means Mithaq al-Nabiyyin, the covenant of the prophets. Prophets, they have the book and wisdom. and there's the messenger of the covenant. All that is connected here in this one verse. Okay, and then the angels bear witness of the prophets. So that whole sequence of verses are here. So I'm not gonna give you all the details, but there's a sequence of verses. We should let me actually put it like this. It's 163, right? Like let's put it like this. So the angels bear witness. Okay, so which is interesting that Allah tells us this sentence, because in the ending Allah says it doesn't even matter because Allah suffice, but He is telling us they're there. Okay, angels are messengers as well. Very important, because everyone thought the messenger of the covenant has to be human. No. Okay, so now we know the messenger of the covenant is Jibril. This is the verse. Confirms Quran and before it. 1919, very famous number. Being Jibril again, just clarifying it. Okay, cool. Again, so far nothing answers what is over it is 19. We're just trying to understand why there was angels. The number 19 still hasn't came out yet, besides the number 1919 like this, which is pretty coincidental, as one can say, but still does not have any direct meaning with it. We do understand the book is involved. There's a books, those who were given the book. We can see the angels are connected to the book right here. So we don't really get why the number 19 yet is still directly connected with all this. Okay, so that's the whole point. We're deciphering, right?